Welcome everybody. It's time for another tier list Thursday. Today we're going to be doing the Pokemon TCG Pocket All EX tier list maker. So basically these are all the EX cards that are available in TCG Pocket. This is none of the, secret arts or alternate arts, whatever it may be. These are the basic EX cards. I've been playing a good bit of TCG Pocket, especially with the different events they've had going on. So let's go ahead and rank these EX cards. I'll talk about which ones I have and things like that. So we'll start with the Venusaur EX. I don't have this. Venusaur, I think that one heals whenever it also does damage. So it's kind of busted. We'll go A for that. I was going to go S, but we'll go A. So it does 100 damage for 4 energy, but also heals 30. So obviously, if you can build that up to that point, it's going to do some pretty good carrying for you. So definitely, I've only ran into Venusaur EX, I think, one time so far in my time playing it. But then we have Exeggutor EX. I don't think Exeggutor EX is all that great. It's only a 1 energy, but the 3 retreat costs. Flip a coin for each heads. It's going to do 40 damage. I think, or no, for heads do an additional 40 damage, something like that. These cards are really small. I can't quite read it. If heads, this attack does 40 more damage. Yeah, that's it. That's all it's going to be. Best Buy throwing their Black Friday at us. But there is Exeggutor. And then, of course, the Charizard EX / Crimson Storm. Discard 2 energy from this Pokemon, but does 200 damage. I'll put it as an A. Because, like, obviously, if you can get to the Charizard, 200 damage is going to knock out just about everything. It might even knock out everything. Looking at these EXs, none of them have more than 200 health. So, yeah, that'll knock out everything. As long as you can line it up and knock out another EX, get 2 prize tokens, that's a really good card for TCG Pocket. I don't have Charizard EX yet. Not this one. I have the alt art that everybody's after. I've actually pulled that one twice, but not the regular one. So I don't know about these pull rates in TCG Pocket, but Arcanine EX, at the time of recording this, there's actually an Arcanine EX event going on. I'm going to put it as a B. I haven't pulled it yet, but you can wonder pick for an Arcanine EX, I think like once a day or within certain time periods. It costs 3 wonder pick energy, like 3 wonder pick hearts, whatever you want to call it. But there is an event right now going on with fire types and Arcanine EX. So if you're watching this, go play TCG Pocket, pull an Arcanine EX, help your decks, build a deck around that. Moltres EX. I don't actually use Moltres. I'm going to put it as B as well. The only thing that has it close to an A is the Inferno Dance, which costs 1 energy. And you flip 3 coins for every heads. Take that amount of take that amount of fire energies and add it to any Pokemon on your bench. So you can definitely stockpile some fire energies. Like if you have a Charizard on your bench and a Moltres in the active spot with 1 energy on it, flip that and get 3 on it. That's definitely going to help out. A Moltres Charizard deck would do some damage. Now we're moving into Blastoise, obviously my favorite. However, I'm just going to put it as an A with the other starters. It's only fitting. I have them all together. Blastoise has a 2 energy that does 40, and then 3 compared to the other 2 having a 4. But then every energy attached on top of that, or every 2 energies above that, whatever it is, I can't quite read it because it's too small. It does extra damage. So it's the only one that has a scalable second attack and it only requires at least 3 to do 100 damage. So Blastoise EX is probably a little bit better in comparison. Because 3 energy, you could do 100 and then 100 the next turn when you attach the 4th, while Charizard takes the 4. But if you combine Charizard with Moltres, you could get there quicker. It's just a matter of luck of the coin. Starmie EX, I'm going to put that as a B. This one's borderline A just because the no retreat cost does 90 for 2 energy. I've run into quite a few Starmie EXs, usually with Articuno. So Starmie is pretty busted at times with the no retreat cost, 90 energy. But not as busted as this Articuno that's getting an A. This attack does 10 damage to each of the bench Pokemon on top of the 80 it does to the active. So if you're someone like me that keeps some lower level Pokemon, especially since I've been using the electric deck, I got like a Dynamo and some weaker Pokemon on the bench. That 10 damage is going to stack up quickly and get them potentially some easy knockouts so they can start getting those prize tokens while also doing 80 damage to your active. So definitely does a lot, especially in my case when I'm running Pikachu. Pikachu could take 2 hits. That would give them 2 prize tokens, and then they've already done 20 damage to your bench Pokemon in the process. So Pikachu is going to get an A. But as I was saying, because Pikachu's attack is for each electric Pokemon on your bench, this attack does 30 damage. So it can do up to 90 damage, especially running into a lot of Articunos. It does 110 damage. But 90 damage for 2 energy as long as your bench is full of other electric types. And that's where Blizzard does a lot of damage to Pikachu. Pikachu does a lot of damage to Articuno. I've seen a lot of those in my battling. It's pretty close, but that's where a lot of the battling has happened for me. And in my Pikachu deck, I do include Zapdos. Zapdos, however, is going to be a C because it does 50 damage for each coin. It was borderline B, but the fact that it could end up doing 0 damage for 3 energy is not ideal. I've not had it do 0 damage on me. It's always been at least 1, but there is a chance of you flipping 4 tails and doing 0 damage. On the flip side of that, as we're flipping coins, if you flip 4 heads, you're going to do 200 damage, which will knock out anything. So it's a very high risk, high reward situation. You could do 0 damage, you could do 200 damage, or anywhere in between in multiples of 50. So Zapdos was borderline B, but I'm going to put it at a C, even though I actively use it. Moving on to Gengar. I've not used Gengar. I don't think I've even battled a Gengar EX, at least not this art. So for that, I'm going to put a C. As long as your opponent can't use supporter cards from their hand. So basically, supporter cards does 100 damage for 3 energy. Retreat cost is 2. Probably not bad, especially because I don't see a lot of dark decks right now. It's pretty much Nido Queen, Nido King, but I don't see a lot of those in the PvP that I've played up to this point. So might work out. 170 health. It's pretty high. It's one of the highest so far, other than the starters. So definitely a good bulky Pokemon. If you can get 100 twice, it's going to be in a pretty good spot. Now Mewtwo by itself is like a B, but I'm going to put it in A. The discard 2 energy is the only reason it's not an S, but if you have a Gardevoir on your bench, Gardevoir has an ability, you can assign 1 psychic energy for your turn. And then you also get the psychic energy each turn. So as long as you can get Mewtwo to 4, you're going to keep getting back to 4 every turn rather than every other turn because of the Gardevoir. So Mewtwo Gardevoir is seen a lot in the PvP from what I've seen. And I think it might be the meta. That and the Pikachu, I think, are the main ones that people were running during the latest PvP event. But that's just what I've seen as well. Now, this Machamp EX, I actually just pulled this Machamp EX the other day, but I have not used it yet. It does 120 for 3 energy. It is an evolution. I'm going to put it as a C just because it's a 3rd evolution. It's going to take longer to get to that point. The 120 for 3 is pretty good. It's right up there with Blastoise, but I wish there was a lower level. I don't know for sure what Machoke and Machop's moves are, if that is a good building block to Machamp, that maybe you just hold on to the Machamp until you have the 3 energies on Machoke, or what the best way to go about that would be, because I've not yet used a Machamp, but definitely a cool looking, I mean, all these EXs look great. The art on the cards in TCG Pocket are amazing. And then we have Marowak. Marowak's going C just because it's kind of the same as Zapdos, except it's 2 coins, 80 damage each, and it costs 2. Only 1 retreat costs, but I haven't used Marowak EX. I don't know if I've even pulled Marowak EX yet, but 80 damage for each heads could be really good. 160 damage for a 2nd stage Mon, 2 energy. That's pretty good, but it could also do 0. So for that reason, I have it as a C. I don't think I'm going to put anything in D, and I don't know that anything else is going to S. This might be it. Actually, yeah, we'll put Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff's going to get a B just because it puts him to sleep right away. So you don't have a ton of status effects on any of these. That might be the only one, actually. So I'm just checking. Inferno Crouch does 20 damage to itself. Yeah, that's the only one that puts a status effect on the enemy. On whatever their Pokemon is. So 80 damage, if you don't knock it out, you'll at least put it to sleep. And then that should help, set you up for next turn, do another 80 damage. And 160 is going to knock out most. Obviously, Machamp, Gengar, the starters would survive it. And you would just knock out Exeggutor. So, I mean, Machamp's going to knock you out in 1 hit. But ideally, you're not using a Wigglytuff against a Machamp, and you should be fine. Wigglytuff will be a B. Now, Lapras, I'm going to put as an A. It's kind of the same as Venusaur where it'll heal itself. So for 3 energy, it's going to do 80 damage and heal itself for 20. Whereas I think Venusaur heals 30 damage, does 100. So definitely, the difference between a third stage and a basic. The fact that Lapras, Mewtwo, some of these are basics, and you can just put them out there right away with that big chunk of health and just kind of take the hits while you build up the energies. Definitely can change the tides of the battle very quickly. I personally try not to put my EX out first, just because you don't know what they're going to start with. I usually go with my Dynamo, my Voltorb, because I've been running a lot of the Pikachu EX deck. At least that's my opinion. Again, I didn't put anything in D. Arcanine probably could have because it does damage to itself. This tackle does 40 more damage for a coin. Like, there's still some of these I haven't used, so I don't have a great opinion on them. That's why they're all kind of in the middle. I use the Pikachu EX deck a lot. It is a basic 2 energy. You can fill your bench up really quick and do 90 damage. And like I said, I ran into a lot of Articuno's Starmie decks, even Lapras. It does the extra 20 damage. You're looking at 110 damage turn 2 if you can set it up right with Pikachu. So definitely Pikachu deserves the S. But that is the TCG Pocket EXs ranked. I'm not sure if I'm going to do more of these ranks with TCG Pocket. I wanted to just try and do something a little bit different, but keeping it Pokemon. So let me know if there's any other tiers you want me to make with Pokemon, different things. We could do like Pokemon show, Pokemon movies, Pokemon games, cards, whatever. I'll do a ranking for it. Let me know down in the comments which one you want to see me rank next. I appreciate you watching. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and tune in next week for another Tier List Thursday. I'll see you then. Take care.